Hello, and thank you for joining us. My name is Matt Thomas. I'm joined by my wonderful co-host, Derek Malley. Derek, how you doing today?
Matt, thanks for having me on. Looking forward to today.
Awesome. We are going to have some fun. So today is episode 1 of what is hopefully going to be an exciting journey together through our first podcast.
Years in the making, really.
Years in the making.
Years in the making.
Definitely years in the talking about, and we finally put some planning behind that.
Well, years to get us to plan it, right?
Correct.
And then with years to develop all the material. So I think we're right on track, really.
But yeah, perfect. We're on our own schedule here. What this is, what it isn't. This isn't Bigger Pockets 2.0. I think what we're going for here is something that's a little bit more personal. It's from our years of working together, going back to 2017 now, so coming up on 5-6 years of working together. We're going to share a lot of stories that we've had over time, good, bad, ugly, some of them really, really, really bad.
Some nightmares here and there.
We're going to talk Bears. We've got an avid Bears fan over here, so we'll make sure we sprinkle that throughout.
Please,
and we'll also make sure that we bring in some industry experts, right? This is meant to be conversations of people that we respect, people that we enjoy, so that hopefully we share some good information for anybody who's out there engaging with real estate right now. This being episode 1, why don't we both just start with a brief introduction of who we are, why we're here, and kind of how we got to know each other.
I'm a loan officer here in Chicago. I've been with a handful of companies, most recently Guaranteed Rate. Where we started our relationship was when I was at Key Mortgage, with Baird and Warner. And when we say this has been years in the making, primarily just Matt and I catch ourselves constantly, whether it be going over scenarios that we both encountered or running into a situation that we thought was funny, scary, nerve-wracking, or whatever it may be. And we thought, why not put this in this medium, right? Because if nothing else, people might find it funny, people might find it useful, but we thought this medium would be great to get some of our expertise and experience out there.
100%, yeah. I think to Derek's point, I got started in real estate in 2017, and you and I have been working together since day one when I got into this business.
Yep.
And so much has changed even in that relatively short period of time. I would say so much has changed in the last 6 to 12 months that we really have just had to be on our heels and pivot a little bit with our businesses. And I think that consumers and clients are feeling that too. So what better time than to launch something like this and just make sure that we're sharing as much as we can and maybe shedding a little bit of a lighthearted nature on real estate when it's so intense for so many right now.
Well, you put it perfectly, right? We want to make sure this is lighthearted and fun, but at the same time, we do want it to be informative.
Absolutely.
Right? Since we've been working together for so long, as we touched on earlier, there's not much that we haven't encountered, right?
Yeah.
There's not a scenario, a funky client, or whatever it may be where we haven't been able to work through it together.
Absolutely.
Right? So again, if you're not going to find it funny or useful, we hope that at least you're going to be able to listen because you like working with both of us.
Absolutely. Right? And I think that's the goal of this. For a long time, I struggled with why now. Why would we do this now? Especially you and I are both busy. We've got a lot going on in our just traditional worlds. But why would we start something now? And I don't know, do you have an opinion on why we chose to do this now versus any other time?
Well, we could have started this at any time, but I think right now was such a good time just with what's going on out there. And what I mean by that is there's so much going on out there, right? You don't hear from anyone who isn't going to tell you it's hyper competitive. We have an interest rate market that's volatile all over the place. We're dealing with a war, right? So there's more than enough stuff to talk about and topics that are going to have effect or an implication on our businesses, our lives, and subsequently our clients and our audiences out there too.
I think you nailed it. I think we're seeing, if I think back 2, 3, 4 years ago, when somebody came to me and said they wanted to buy a home, no problem. We'll get you pre-approved, have some patience. If you know what you're looking for, we'll find you a home. I really wasn't concerned about that at any point. No. Now, I don't have a buyer that is under contract that didn't get there through multiple offers. And, there's very little inventory to look at. So I think the landscape for buyers has changed, both on the housing front and on the lending front. And it's particularly interesting to dive into some of the successes and failures that we're seeing right now and some of the growth opportunities we've seen in the business right now. People who are finding success and making it work despite all the craziness that's going on in the world.
Absolutely. And so with all that said, this is what our episodes are going to be like, right? We want to make sure that we're conversational, that there's banter, but also that there's some take home for people as well too. right? Like you said, we've worked together for quite some time, and it's worked pretty well, you know? So I think there are some tidbits, some knowledge, maybe some points that we are going to be able to bring to the table. But if nothing else, one of the things that I wanted to make sure we get across is this is for everybody, right? This isn't necessarily just for loan officers. This is for agents. This isn't for clients. We want to open this up for everybody. So with that, we want to make sure that the information is coming across in a form that's understandable.
Absolutely.
You know, like I had said, I read mortgage articles that I don't even understand right now.
Oh, it's insane.
You know, I mean, read a secondary report. It looks like hieroglyphics to me. Right?
Or how many articles are just titled that the market is crashing? I mean,
Correct.
if you just Google today, it's unbelievable.
Correct. So, you know, the whole point of this is we want to get information out there that's in a useful format, a little bit more practical, you know, and stuff that people should understand too.
Well, and I think unlike a lot of these resources you read, we're not here to fearmonger. I want to give my opinion like it is now in the street. I know that you'll share your honest opinion, and we talk about this stuff ad nauseum sometimes at night, during out the day, trying to help our clients, just trying to rattle our heads and figure it out together. What better medium than to just kind of hash that all out in the open and share some kind of expertise and takeaway with all of you. So hopefully it's valuable. Hopefully you'll tune in and take this journey with us. And I think we have a good opportunity to grow this and have some fun with it.
You know, they have an opportunity to get some great information, maybe sprinkled in with some Bears highlights. And,
Of course.
You know,
Derek is an avid Bears fan, but more than that, he's a Bears believer. Every year is going to be a good year.
I'm a believer, you know, and with that being said, I live and die on the season. So with that said, it's been very difficult for me as of late. But I'm looking forward to this year. You know, we got a new regime, we have new players, and I'm hopeful.
That's
I'm
okay.
hopeful.
This is the year. This is the year. The Bears are going to be good. The podcast is going to be great.
We're starting
2022 is going to be incredible. All right. Thank you for tuning in. Like, subscribe, share, comment, any of those buttons below. Just hit them. Help us out. We'll go a long way in getting this started. Anything you want to say before we say goodbye?
Get ready, guys. This is going to be fun.
Awesome. We'll see you soon.